evening, parents, families. Congratulations, parents, families, well done. Welcome, friends, Superintendent Daly, Chairman Buckley, guests, faculty, members of the class of 2024. As principal, I am proud to welcome you to the 67th commencement exercises for North Reading High School. Allow me to offer my sincere thanks to the custodial staff, the cafeteria crew, the administrative assistance team, faculty, district administration, and our parent community. Special thanks to the class advisors, Ms. Gagnon and Ms. Gilbert. You're in good hands. Special thanks to Ms. Boggs. Her work as the yearbook advisor, always an excellent product, and a fine example of the dedication of the yearbook crew. Additionally, I want to take a moment to thank Mrs. Alonso. Having been an assistant principal for 6 years myself, I know that there are very few times you can actually plan your day. I'm lucky to have you. And I really enjoy doing this important work with you every day. I'd like to share that this commencement ceremony marks the 10th opportunity for me to offer some thoughts to the graduating class. To be honest, it can be a bit of a daunting task, crafting a message that you feel is worthy, appropriate, and clear. If I am lucky, maybe one or two might be memorable. Maybe this one answers the bell. But when I think back 10 years ago to June of 2015, another added element of pressure was the fact that it was the inaugural graduation ceremony of the new high school. It was a special evening, and I feel it's equally special that we are here tonight, marking the 10th anniversary of the new school building with this group of graduates. And of course, as is our tradition, we will have student speakers this evening, and possibly they too experienced the same bit of angst that I had. Same self-doubt. Will people like my speech? Will people understand my message? There are some small costs compared to the rewards, something that maybe deep down we all really want, in some form, a receptive audience, dedicated time, free of distractions, a true opportunity for voice and choice. And I think it is certainly something we celebrate in society. How often do we say, well, you just need to find your voice, or speak up for yourself? You have a voice, use it. You certainly need to find your voice. And I don't want to be glib, but one of the goals of the high school's school improvement plan is to dedicate time to finding and implementing strategies to more actively and effectively access student voice. But voice is only the half of it. The willingness to speak, to share. The other half, of course, is the what. What are you going to say? You have a voice, how are you using it? So I asked the class of 2024 graduates, as this is truly a commencement, a beginning, and the 10-year anniversary of our new school building, use your voice to build up, not to tear down. Use your voice to promote growth, not to foster stagnation. Use your voice to provide refuge, not to engage in attack. Use your voice to celebrate similarities, not to exploit differences. Use your voice to celebrate someone's gifts, not to demean or diminish another's existence. So as you sit here this evening, take a moment and ask yourself, how have I used my voice? Maybe you're thinking you haven't really had a chance yet, which is understandable, because the class of 2024, for the most part, has let their actions do the talking. League and state championships, individual awards, and not just this year. Yours has been a record not simply of success, but sustained success. And that is no easy task, sustained success. But I think it's fair to say the good of that comes from the result of commitment, your approach, your methodology. It's also the result of really good coaching in and out of the classroom. Thank you, faculty. Thank you, parents. Class of 2024, as you embark on your next journey, use your voice. Choose to build. Let your actions truly reflect your character. Congratulations. Now my pleasure to introduce Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Patrick Taylor.
Thank you, Mr. LaPrette. Good evening, students and families of the class of 2024. I'm honored to be here with you this evening, celebrating your accomplishments and achievements this year, and witnessing this string of incredible senior events. As always, I would like to thank the great many people who have worked so hard to make this ceremony possible. To begin with, I want to thank the parents, guardians, and caregivers who have raised such amazing and talented individuals. We truly have such unique and wonderful students receiving their diplomas this evening, but above all else, they're great young people who are ready to make their mark on the world. To Mr. LaPrette and Ms. Alonzo and our senior advisors who have invested so many hours into the planning of our senior events and our graduation ceremony, I give many thanks. There have been so many events over the past several weeks, from the awards ceremonies and recognition nights, proms, concerts, playoff games, and they're present for each and all of these occasions because they care for and support each and every student, as well as the class of 2024 as a whole. To our teachers, counselors, and staff who have shared their passion for learning with our students over the years, I give my sincere gratitude. To our administrative team, many of whom work behind the scenes, thank you for your many hours of planning and support. To our custodial team, food service, paraprofessionals, bus drivers, administrative assistants, coaches, and others who have played a role in guiding our graduates to where they are today, I give my thanks. To Mr. Buckley and members of our school committee, thank you for the many hours you volunteer for our students to guide the policy and financial decisions of our district. This has been an incredible week of events. Thinking back to last week, when our seniors paraded the halls to celebrate their last day, blowing bubbles and coasting down Main Street, sharing their pride in the class of 2024, there have been so many moments to appreciate, both the big ones and the smaller ones, and I hope everyone has taken the time to capture images of those experiences in their memories. Earlier this week, I was able to stop by your senior prom and see all of you dressed up and smiling, having a wonderful time outside with your classmates, and just making the most of the evening. It was a pleasure to see you come together as a class and truly stop and appreciate that moment in time. This year has been filled with incredible events for North Reading High School students. Forgive me if I'm able to name only a handful of the great many accomplishments. The success of our track teams, back-to-back champions, with record-setting individual performances at both the school and state level. The success of our softball team, state champion for golf, titles for cheerleading, notorious semifinalists, concert band, silver medal at the MICA Festival, second place in Florida, winter percussion with a first place finish in the division, chorus first overall in Florida, maskers winning back-to-back national awards, and so many other individual and team accomplishments and achievements. There's so much for you to be proud of and to cherish in your memories. But if I had to choose a defining moment for me this year, I have to think back to April 8th, 2024. For those who do not remember, it was a gold day. The weather was nice. There were spring sports practices, rehearsals. We had a school committee meeting that evening. It was a Monday like many others, and we were about a week away from April vacation. But there was something special about that day that brought us together in a way that was unlike many others in my lifetime. Now, what happened that day did not change the world. We still had bills to pay, homework, and tests that Friday. But it was a shared experience, one that you could reminisce about with your parents, neighbors, and even someday your children for years to come. If you recall, at around 3:30 p.m., the simplest thing happened. The sun slipped behind the moon. It was a natural occurrence, the first in this area since 2017. Totality lasted less than 4 minutes, but for that brief moment in time, everything slowed down. We put on glasses and walked in near silence to grassy spots with a great view. We stood with friends and neighbors, quietly sharing this moment together. The media coverage was widespread, and for days we saw photos of friends and family across the United States taking part in this common experience. And some of the photos that I enjoyed most were of our students, as I thought about this being a treasured moment that they would never forget with their friends and classmates. Perhaps you've seen the viral story about the science teacher in New York who promised his students back in 1978 that they would all reunite in 2024, and they did. Over 100 students from that class in future years came together 46 years later for this incredible event. I'm sure many of you made similar pacts for 2044 and 2078. Thinking that far ahead certainly puts things in perspective for me. It was not that long ago that my parents rented a VHS tape for me of a movie entitled Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I was about 10 years old, and I had no idea that a story could be so funny and so emotional at the same time. I'll never forget when Ferris stood up on that float and sang Twist and Shout, and led the entire city of Chicago in a sing-along dance. What a moment in time. I remember thinking, wow, high school is going to be so amazing, and Ferris is so cool, I can't wait to be a senior. And now, suddenly, in the blink of an eye, I realize that I'm Mr. Rooney, the school administrator. I'm on as far on the other end of the coolness spectrum for Ferris Bueller as you can be. Where does the time go? I'm sure that all the parents, guardians, grandparents, and caregivers in attendance tonight agree with me that as we look at our graduates, we cannot believe how quickly the time has passed. Next week, I have two moving on ceremonies. The first is for my son graduating in elementary school, the other for my eldest who's transitioning to high school. These are small moments, not as monumental as tonight, but important nevertheless. So I invite all of you, the class of 24, to take every opportunity to celebrate, not only your graduation, but all of those moments along the way. Think about middle school March Madness tournaments, the pep rallies, the art shows on Main Street, dress-up days, Halloween, the dances in the gymnasium, the haunted playground. Never forget the concerts, watching the unified team sink a three-pointer, seeing your friends cheering in the bleachers, sledding down the hill in the center of town, or climbing on the new play structure at your elementary school, or running through the fields at Ipswich River Park. Remember the team photos at the end of the season, and the medals and trophies, the awards and recognitions that are so well deserved. Last Saturday was one small such ceremony for my son, who participates along with so many amazing youngsters in the top soccer program in North Reading. I need to give a shout out to the young people here who volunteer and all of the adults that support that program and countless others similar opportunities in our community. You should all be so proud of the impact that your service has on the lives of so many and how well you represent North Reading to those of us coming from surrounding towns. So remember those community service hours and the time invested in your civics projects. Don't forget the car washes and mattress fundraisers, the bake sales, the field trips and the field days, the pure joy of having a parent bring some popsicles on a 90-degree last day of practice. Sometimes it's those little celebrations that we need to cherish the most. And if you're like me, you may have tried more recently to recreate that amazing experience of the incredible solar eclipse. Was anyone else running around in your yard a few weeks ago around 10 p.m. trying to snag a photo of the northern lights after seeing amazing photos of Aurora Borealis on social media, only to realize you may have missed it? No. Just like all of the instances that I've described here tonight, those special moments cannot be orchestrated. You just have to be there. So as I understand it, there will be a 20-year wait for the next total solar eclipse, which on August 23rd, 2044, will be most visible in Montana and North Dakota. Great solar eclipses follow in 2045 and 2078. It humbles me to think of all the amazing accomplishment that the students of the class of 24 will have in that time frame, which will be here in the blink of an eye. I hope that many of you have made a pact to meet up for the next one, maybe even embark on a journey together, and that you all continue to find ways to connect over the years ahead, as you will always share the unbreakable bond that you are and always will be proud members of the North Reading High School class of 2024. As Ferris Bueller said, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you're going to miss it. Go Celtics, go softball. Cheers to everybody who's moving ahead with competitions. Be well and God bless. Thank you.
Baby, you can go on the line. Don't you wanna just go off the ride? Don't have so tight, you can see me tonight. I can take it, baby, that's the moment I shine. Every romance shakes the best, dance. When the night's here, I don't do tears, baby, no chance. I can dance, I can dance, I can dance.
Dance the night away. My heart keeps burning, but you won't see it on my face. Watch me dance, dance the night away. I'll still keep the party running. I want their out place.
Lately, I've been moving closely, yeah. Still thinking about this. I'll stay on the hook, you can count me right next to the stairs. 'Cause every romance shakes in the beds, don't give a damn. When the night's here, I don't do tears, baby, no chance. I can dance, I can dance, I can dance.
When my world shakes, I don't play safe. Don't you know about me? I could dance, I could dance, I could dance.
When my heart breaks, they never see it, never see it. My world shakes like I feel like I don't think so. You know about me, you don't know about me. I can dance, oh yeah, now.
It's my pleasure to introduce our first honor essayist, Andrew Mountain.
Esteemed faculty, honor guests, fellow graduates, my name is Drew Mountain, and it is my honor to speak at such a memorable event. Today, we stand as a collective, a testament to our hard work and dedication. Each of us has our own unique story, yet we all gather here together to celebrate one accomplishment. As I look out at all of you, I'm filled with excitement for what lies ahead, wherever life may take you. First and foremost, I want to take a moment to thank all of the brilliant and kind people who have supported us on this adventure. I want to thank all of the families and friends today for being the support pillars that we all needed to make it through this stressful or challenging moments, and for celebrating our victories in high school. I also want to thank all the teachers, coaches, and mentors who provided us wisdom and guidance throughout these 4 years. We would not be here today without your belief in us. Before we all go our separate ways, I want to remind everyone of a principle we all grew up with and which can be beneficial to our future endeavors: curiosity. When we were younger, I bet a lot of us asked questions. We were constantly asking why. why is the grass green? Why is the snow cold? Or even, why do we have to come to school? However, as we aged, we began to lose this sense of inquisitive thought. Answers were given to us, and they were right because someone said they were. As we begin a new chapter in our lives, I urge all of you to bring that curiosity back. The desire to explore, to learn new things, to ask many questions. Sure, being curious may push us out of our comfort zones, but it is nothing more than what we have already been through. We survived the stress of Mr. Roof's pop quizzes, presentations in public speaking, and sending it into a test, which we did not know about until 10 minutes before. Even if these specific instances do not resonate with you, each of us had challenges we had to overcome. As we move forward, we must push ourselves out of our comfort zones, use curiosity to explore the unexplored, seek answers, and continue to challenge ourselves. Although it is extremely important to look forward toward our futures, it is equally important to look back at the past so that we can learn from it. Zoning out or falling asleep in a history class and then failing a lesson taught us the necessity of attentiveness, because apparently the phrase, "studying is doubting your potential," doesn't apply when you have no potential to succeed. Giving up on an assignment and then getting a bad grade taught us the importance of hard work. And getting 3 unexcused absences and being placed into prison power block showed us the necessity of being present and that some rules are meant to change. Moments like these and the lessons we learn from them have shaped us into the people we are today. In this rapidly developing world, it is curiosity that enables us to seize opportunities and adapt to changing situations. Wherever you may end up, whether at college, in the workforce, or in the military, I hope you feel happy and fulfilled. Remember to seek out new friendships, ideas, and information. Curiosity will allow us to innovate and explore new fields. It encourages us to see obstacles and overcome them. As we go our separate ways, I hope that we all create a space that nurtures curiosity in ourselves and in others. In closing, I leave you with a quote from Curious George, a show many of us grew up watching. Curiosity is the spark that ignites a world of possibilities. As we move into the future, prepared to make our mark on the world, remember that spark. Class of 2024, congratulations. And remember, stay curious. It is now my pleasure to introduce our second honor essayist, Bagi Bandara.
Good evening, esteemed faculty members, proud parents, distinguished guests, and the North Reading High School graduating class of 2024. I am Bagi Bandera, and it's my pleasure to be speaking to you today. Thank you all for making these past 4 years as great as they were. As I stand before you now, I'm reminded of the day I first stepped foot in the batch 8 years ago. It was 2 days before my birthday, and as nervous as I was, many of you helped me feel welcome at this new school. Mr. Colleen, thank you especially for making the transition easy and welcoming me to the batch with open arms. Also, if anyone in Miss Borg's class that year remembers, you guys made a big happy birthday sign for me that year, which I was so surprised to receive and really appreciative of. Thank you all, along with the rest of my classmates and teachers, for creating such a strong sense of community within just a couple of days. As we prepare for the next steps in our lives, I think it's important that we recognize the power of community, building each other up, and coming together. So, I'd like to share a quote by Mother Teresa that I believe really embodies these ideas. I can do things you cannot. You can do things I cannot. Together, we can change the world. We all have our own strengths and weaknesses, but it is in recognizing and embracing these differences that we can truly unlock our potential for greatness. You can't expect a fish to climb a tree, a rabbit to sing, or a horse to fly, but they each excel in what they're meant to do. Throughout our time at the high school, we've discovered our strengths. Each one of us has developed unique skills, talents, and perspectives, which we've showcased in so many different ways. I'm truly honored to be part of such a talented group of individuals. Some of you were committed athletes, others were artists and maskers or notorious, musicians in the band, dedicated officers and members of student council or other clubs, and so much more. Through these experiences, you faced challenges, embraced opportunities, and have grown in ways you might not have even imagined when you first set foot on this campus as a freshman. Most importantly, you've each contributed something special to this school and have helped create a vibrant community. However, we would not have been able to achieve what we have now if it was not for the encouragement, hard work, and dedication of Dr. Daly, Mr. Colleen, Mr. LaPrette, Ms. Alonzo, the rest of administration, teachers, coaches, guidance counselors, parents, families, the school committee, and all of the North Reading community. I'd like to take a moment to thank you all for providing the opportunities for us to explore our interests and for creating a supportive environment for us to thrive and find our place. And lastly, thank you to the class of 2024 for the ride. I'm honored to have shared this journey with you all. As we set out on our paths, let's remember that just like everyone here had something special to offer the school, we all have something special to offer the world, something that no one else can provide in the same way. When we bring our unique qualities together, we create a powerful combination of skills that can have a great impact. So let's take the spirit of collaboration with us and remember that no one achieves greatness alone. It is through joining forces, pooling our talents, and respecting each other's contributions that we can make a real difference in the world. In the words of the Lego movie, everything is awesome, everything is cool when you're part of a team. North Reading High School class of 2024, let's go out and do great things. I'd now like to invite our final honor essayist, Isabel Kim, to the podium.
Good evening, esteemed faculty, honored guests, proud families, and fellow class of 2024 graduates. My name is Isabel Kim, and it is an absolute honor and privilege to be standing here in front of you all today. I was told that I was supposed to share some thoughtful analogy or profound life lesson about high school, but truthfully, I do not feel qualified enough to be giving that sort of advice. While drafting these very words, I began to realize how little wisdom and life experiences I have in order to provide some sort of deep and insightful message. That is, unless you would like me to reflect on the lessons of perseverance we've learned from getting stuck in the middle school traffic line after school, or reminisce about the reunions we've had with each other at the Duncans before school. High school, no matter how long we felt it took to graduate, truly only makes up a small portion of our lives. The past 4 years certainly were not the easiest thing in the world, as I'm sure we all had our own personal obstacles balancing hours of homework with extracurriculars and our social lives. In fact, I'm sure many of us are so relieved that this era of our lives is finally coming to a close. On the last day of school, the only coherent thought that was running through my head as I was trying to complete and turn in my last lit assignment for Mr. Putnam was, I'm done. Yet, we are certainly far from being done. Although we may be the seniors of our school, we still have so many more milestones to achieve. The memories we have of our high school really only make up a tiny fraction of our lives. However, it is still for certain that this time at NRHS has shaped us into the people we have become. I can easily say that if it weren't for the people surrounding me throughout the past 4 years, I certainly wouldn't be where I am right now. Standing up here this evening isn't because of anything that I have done myself. Instead, it is because of everything that the North Reading community has done for me. I am especially grateful for Mr. Owens, Mr. Muse, Miss Dye, and the entire North Reading Performing Arts Department. I cannot go on without mentioning how thankful I am for the insane amount of work they have put into growing the band program. Mr. Owens, you have genuinely built and fostered a community where so many students have found their place of belonging. I'd also like to express my gratitude to our class officers who have worked tirelessly to organize all of our class events and advocate for our student body. Thank you to all of the captains and student leaders of every sport or club who have done so much to build the North Reading High School community. Thank you to the custodial staff, lunch ladies, and administrative assistants, Mrs. Sang and Mrs. Jorgensen, in the main office, who I sincerely believe are the backbones of the school. And of course, thank you to my parents and sister who have sacrificed so much leading up to today. Class of 2024, it has been an immense privilege to get to know all of you for the past 4 years, and I will certainly miss having such a small class, especially since it means having a shorter commencement ceremony. To close, I did find a quote that resonated with me and hopefully will resonate the same with you. From the cinematic masterpiece that is the film Kung Fu Panda, Master Oogway shares the following line: "Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. But today is a gift. That is why we call it the present." Although we may feel extremely unprepared to move on from this short chapter of our lives, we can follow the wise words of Master Oogway and focus on what is happening in our lives right now, which is that we're finally graduating. That being said, there's only one thing left for me to say, but thank you and congratulations to the class of 2024.
My pleasure to introduce your class essayist, Cassandra Fitz.
Before I begin, I would like to give a big congratulations to all of my peers and a thank you to the friends, family, teachers, administrators, and everyone else who has supported us along the way. My favorite quote, and one that I think is really important, is from a late 19th and early 20th century Austrian poet named Rainer Maria Rilke. And the quote is, "Let everything happen to you, beauty and terror. Just keep going. No feeling is final."
Rilke's philosophy was unique for its time. He strayed away from the more traditional ideals of romantic philosophy and poetry, believing that the human experience is an amalgamation of everything that the world has to offer, and that life is about learning to reconcile with all things, good and bad. His works complement the philosophy of Friedrich Nietzsche in his belief that the embrace of life as a whole would bring humanity to a higher plane of existence. But no major poet before Rilke had fully pushed the idea that the darker parts of the world were not only necessary, but something to be celebrated. In leaving the familiarity and consistency of high school, we're entering a world of new and unique challenges. In college, or in your jobs, there's going to be moments where you feel like giving up. You'll have days where it feels like it's the end of the world and that nothing could be worse. You'll likely have exams or projects that you stay up all night working on and still fail. And fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you frame it, that's just life. I'm sure we've all already had those moments where you just don't understand something, or everything feels like it's falling apart. But the fact that you're here graduating today means that you pushed through it. You made it through the pain so that you're able to appreciate the good, and it means that you're ready and more prepared to do it again in the future. Nothing exceptional ever blossoms from security. Avoiding the difficulties that life may bring you eliminates opportunities to learn and also blocks you from experiencing the beauty. You will make mistakes and you will struggle, but in the moments where you feel like it's time to give up and you choose to continue anyways, that is where you'll build character and learn to appreciate the good and see the value in the bad. Emotions and experiences are relative. Happiness cannot exist without sadness, and vice versa. If you never struggle or feel low, you'll never be able to appreciate the times when that isn't the case. As you move on to your next great chapter, remember that moments do not exist in isolation. Don't evaluate your life based on any one feeling or any one failure. Think of all of it, your highest highs and your lowest lows. Remember that you were strong enough to make it through all the worst parts of your life, and in turn you were able to experience all of the best parts, and you'll go on to experience many more. It's easy to run away from the things that scare us, and that's precisely the reason not to. To quote Rilke again, why do you want to shut out of your life any uneasiness, any misery, any depression, since after all you don't know what work these conditions are doing inside of you? If there is anything unhealthy in your reactions, just bear in mind that sickness is the means by which an organism frees itself from what's alien, so one must simply help it to be sick, to have its whole sickness, and to break out with it, since that is the way it gets better. So embrace the uncertainty and variability of life. Do things that you're scared of, or that you hate. They'll only leave you better off having learned compared to if you never tried at all. Take the class you aren't sure you'll like. Apply for the job you think you'll be rejected from. Talk to people you've never met. Take a chance. Embarrass yourself in front of your whole grade and their family by trying to give a graduation speech despite your fear of public speaking. Sometimes things turn out well, and sometimes they don't, but that's all a part of life and the human experience. Take in everything, find courage in your vulnerabilities, strength in your challenges, and happiness and beauty in your life. Most of all, continue to push through everything and pave your own way. No struggle, no challenge, no fear, and no feeling is ever final. Thank you.
Thank you. There's a lot there. It's now my privilege to introduce the class of 2024 scholarship winners. So please join me in congratulating them, and I would ask that the recipient please stand when their name is called. Certainly I want to thank the community for their generosity in making these scholarships possible. The Andover Sportsman's Club Scholarships. Caroline Burton, Madison Vant. The Barbara E. Aylward Memorial Scholarship. Liv Dellin. James R. Aylward Memorial Scholarship, Sean Terrio. Eddie Baker Memorial Scholarship, sponsored by the North Reading High School Boys Hockey, Ice Hockey Boosters, Luke Baker. Nedio E. Barrasso and Mary Barrasso Memorial Scholarships for Gabby Bandara, Andrew Mountain. Arthur A. Barresi Scholarship, Allison Mancinelli. L.D. Batchelder School Scholarships, Brendan McBain, Georgia Robarts. Joseph R. Bernard Memorial Scholarships, James Dillon, Addison Mikulski. The BNI Biz Builders Scholarship, Madison Santana. Paul Buckley Memorial Scholarship, sponsored by the North Reading High School Boys Ice Hockey Boosters, Luke Baker. Alan Burgess Memorial Scholarships, Bella Fisher, Jessica Simone. Coach Alan Burgess Baseball Scholarship, Elias Nicolopoulos. Kristen M. Callahan Memorial Scholarship, Elias Hunt. Shotwell's Nutrition Services Scholarships, Fad Benafoon, Emily Hembry. Eleanor C. Dell Scholarship Fund of 2014, Madeline Arian Atchison, Alexandra Chen, Sophie Donovan, Lucille Fisher, Olivia Procilla. Eleanor Cecilia Dell Scholarship Fund of 2008, Vanessa Wright. The Larry Dysert North Reading Girls Youth Basketball Scholarships, Caitlin Riley, Maggie Schultz. The Nancy Ferretti Ipswich River Community Chorus Excellence in the Arts Scholarship, Lucille Fisher. Fitzgerald Physical Therapy Scholarship, Sabrina Nee. Fitzgerald Prize for Community Service in memory of Kaylee and Roy Fitzgerald, Mark Graham. Betsy Gavoni Memorial Book Award, Caitlin Murnane. The Rosalind Gray Memorial North Reading Women of the Moose Scholarship, Jessica Simone. Stephen Gregory Memorial Scholarship, Anthony Corvino. James Gregory Hannon Memorial Scholarship, Piper Kerwin. J.T. Hood Parent Association Scholarship, Kristen Galvin. David Jameson Memorial Scholarship, Mia Beneke. Frederick A. Kai's Memorial Scholarships, Georgia Robarts, Madison Vant. E. Ethel Little School PTO Scholarship, Maya Ortiz. The Mr. and Mrs. Anthony J. LaPret Jr. Memorial Scholarships, Cassandra Fitz, Sophie Sakay. Martins Pond Community Pride Scholarships, Liam Bird, Roman Ton. Gloria Mastro Memorial Scholarship, Julia Kelly. Mighty Meredith Project Scholarship, Lauren Pfeffer. Walter Miller Scholarship, Zachary Dimitri. Michael J. Mitten Memorial Scholarship, Brian Conlon. Moynihan Lumber Scholarship, Sophie Sakay. Richard P. Murphy Memorial Scholarship, Julia DeAngelis. MVP Boys Track Team Scholarship, Noah Shafano. North Reading Education Association Scholarships, Jenna Mills, Georgia Robarts. North Reading Family Dentistry Scholarship, Isabel Kim. North Reading Girls Softball League scholarships, Kristen Galvin, Jocelyn Ostrowski, Madison Vance. North Reading High School Boys Ice Hockey Boosters Scholarship, Nolan DiGregorio. North Reading High School Girls Lacrosse Boosters Scholarships, Riley Lanzi, Grace Terranova. North Reading High School Parents Association Scholarship, Daniel D'Souza. North Reading Historical and Antiquarian Society Scholarship, Lauren Pfeffer. North Reading Little League Matthew Colarusso Memorial Scholarships, Elias Nicolopoulos, Maggie Schultz. North Reading Little League Scholarship, Phil Dardano President's Award, Bella Fisher. North Reading Little League Harold B. Reynolds Memorial Scholarship, Brandon Eng. North Reading Music Boosters Scholarships, Fad Benafoun, James Dillon, Dylan Jones, Isabel Kim, Sam Marks, Andrew Mountain. North Reading Police Association Criminal Justice Scholarship, Isabella Duffy. North Reading Republican Town Committee Scholarship, Jessica Simone. North Reading Youth Football and Cheer Scholarships, Zachary Dimitri, Megan Young, Nicole Zalewski. North Reading Soccer Board of Directors Scholarships, Isabella Canalonga, Georgia Robarts. North Reading Youth Soccer Scholarship in memory of Janet Conley O'Neill, Maggie Schultz. North Reading Youth Soccer Scholarship in memory of Peter Sapp, Madison Vance. Kathleen E. O'Brien Artist Scholarship, Stella De Silva. David Pothier Gold Medal Foundation Scholarship, Madison Santana. Robert Ramsdale Boys Youth Basketball Scholarship, Isabella Canalonga. Reading Cooperative Bank Scholarship, Isabel Brosina. Josephine Romeo Memorial Scholarship, Caitlin Riley. Edward A. Sapienza Scholarship, Brandon Eng. Richard K. Smith Jr. Memorial Scholarship, Abigail Lilly. Mike Tiberio Lax Scholarships, Logan Lamont, Caitlin Supple. Terilli Bourne Scholarship, Georgia Robarts. The J. E. Valade and Paul E. Buckley Scholarships for Altruism, James Dillon, Jessica Simone. Sarah Valenti Memorial Scholarship sponsored by the North Reading Boys Lacrosse Boosters, Logan Lamont. Todd Verdonk Memorial Scholarship sponsored by the Diamond Club, Bella Fisher. Catherine and Wayne Welsh Memorial Scholarship, Isabel Brosina. West Village Women's Club Scholarship, Maya Ortiz. The following class of 2024 graduates have been awarded scholarships by the North Reading Dollars for Scholars. Please remain standing when your name is called. And my sincere thanks to the Dollars for Scholars Committee for their efforts on behalf of all of our students. Taylor Acola, Madeline Arian Atchison, Ragavi Bandara, Alex Borland, Julia DeAngelis, Lucille Fisher, Kristen Galvin, Mariella Geraldo, Elias Hunt, Isabel Kim, Abigail Lilly, Allison Mancinelli, Sabrina Minnie, Andrew Mountain, Elias Nicolopoulos, Maya Ortiz, Jocelyn Ostrowski, Aiden Patel, Catherine Regan, Georgia Robarts, Sophie Sakay, Roman Tan, Madison Vant.
Hello, my name is Barry Ann Alonso. I'm the assistant principal. Superintendent Daly, Mr. Buckley, on behalf of the faculty and staff of North Reading High School, it is my great pleasure to present to you the following members of the class of 2024 who have satisfied the requirements of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and the North Reading Public School System to receive their high school diplomas. Isabel Yu Jung Kim. Bahi Bandara. Andrew Thomas Mountain. Kristen Rose Galvin. Keely Marie Hannon. Bella Jane Fisher. Julia Francesca DeAngelis. Cassandra Eve Fitz. Mia Jillian Beneke. James Andrew Dillon. Brianna Grace Alto. Taylor Elizabeth Acola. Shayla Nayan Ali. Nicholas William Akari. Joseph Richard Oresco. Madeline Rose Arian Aitchison. Luke Michael Baker. Olivia Nola Baca. William James Batten. Todd Benhafoon. Liam James Bird. Alex Stone Borland. Isabel Ann Rosina. Caroline Hudson Burton. Isabella Grace Canalonga. Stephen James Carrero. Ava Marie Carter. Daniel Raymond Michael Casey. Alex Chen. Liliana Joy Colanton. Brock Joseph Columba. Brian Conlon. Anthony Robert Corvino. Stella Da Silva. Lucas Joseph Damfus. Nolan William DiGregorio. Liv Rachel Dellen. Zachary James Dimitri. Daniel Rodriguez de Souza. Alexander Henry DeWolf. Aiden Connor Doak. Sophie Lynn Donovan. Isabella Caroline Duffy. Joshua Paul Duquette. Brandon Stephen Eng. Tegan Antonio Espinosa. Lauren Edie Pfeffer. Gregorio Giovanni Ferrante. Lucille Emma Fisher. Jacob Alexander Goddery. Mariela Sofia Giraldo. Mark Daniel Graham. Ellie Rosemary Heinz. Emily Ruth Hembry. Ricky Ho. Eli James Hunt. Gavin Robert Ivy. Benjamin William James. Dylan Henry Jones. Melina Christina Caleres. Julia Elizabeth Kelly. Piper Elizabeth Kerwin. Allison Mary Koenig. Graham Theodore Caper. Jack Avidis Collegian. Logan Thomas Lamont. Riley Olivia Lanzi. Rocco Alfred Leo. Abigail Elise Lilly. McKenna Agnes Lord. Amelia Marie Lynch. Lillian Frances Mahoney. Allison Paige Mancinelli. Brendan John McBain. Charlotte Reen McLaughlin. Sophia Rose Mello. Noah Stamato Mendez. Ava Elizabeth Mary Cantante. Addison Lily Mikulski. Dylan Joseph Mills. Jenna Carmeline Mills. Sabrina Conchetta Mini. Tyler Emerson Morello. Caitlin Alexis Murnane. Matthew Thomas Murray. Eli Nicholas Nicolopoulos. Erin Michelle O'Leary. Dylan Chase Ominski. Maya Lee Ortiz. Jocelyn Marie Ostrowski. Aiden Amit Patel. Olivia Euphemia Peak. Olivia Pacillo. Catherine McLeod Regan. Danica Giselle Reed. Caitlin Elizabeth Riley. Olivia Miller Riley. Georgia May Robarts. Tyler Edward Rodriguez. Brendan George Rooney. Felipe Edinger Said. Madison Nicole Santana. Sophie Ann Sakay. Noah Michael Shafano. Maggie Marie Schultz. Nadia Rose Serra. Jessica Nicole Simone. Marina Grace Spinelli. Caitlin Elizabeth Supple. Samantha Ruby Toro. Grace Elizabeth Terranova. Sean Patrick Terrio. Roman Alexander Tutton. Angelina Marie Troisi. Madison Lee Vant. Christopher Stephen Vitale. Daniel Allen Wold. Vanessa Lucia Wright. Eric Shingjun Shu. Megan Ann Young. Nicole Jeanette Zalewski. Dylan Travers Zecker. Jason Paul Zecker. Jean Giroux. Ladies and gentlemen, families and friends, I present to you the North Reading High School class of 2024. Go Hornets!
Everyone. My name is Kristen Galvin, and for the past 3 years, I've had the honor to serve as the class president of 2024. I'm sure after all the speeches given to you tonight, many of the people here on their edge of their seats to give their graduates a hug, and for my fellow classmates to finally get the turnout tassel. However, I hope you'll give my fellow officers and I a chance to give our last anecdotes. Traditionally, as class president, I'm tasked to speak about the accomplishments of our class over the past 4 years. In the past, many previous class presidents have spoken about the tangible accomplishments their grade has produced. And although I am extraordinarily proud of all our arts, sports, and academics, because there is no doubt that the Hornet pride surrounding those topics will continue to be produced as legacies are passed on, I'd rather turn your attention to the intangible. The class of 2024 is one of the smallest to walk the halls of North Reading High School, but this doesn't mean you can discount us. I think everyone in this school has at least one member of the class of 2024 that they are going to miss. When our year got cut short in 8th grade, we lost many of our classmates to private schools. Although many of them are still our closest friends, our grade was a fraction of what it used to be. But that didn't stop us from growing into ourselves, but rather propelled us to face adversity head on. We grew by creating relationships across all grades, bringing the entire school together. We didn't have the luxury of size and friends we've always had. We couldn't expect others to fill the gaps, but instead had to do it ourselves and motivate our companions to do the same. If you're upset about my lack of focus on the intangibles, Look at our sports. How many leaders has our grade produced? How many state titles has our track team had over the past 4 years? How many talented individuals have been carrying our arts programs to glorious victories? Our a cappella group, Notorious, has competed at the collegiate level and performed with professional bands. Members of our class are even the creators of the infamous Hornet Nation that never misses the chance to inform the student body about all the ways to support their classmates or congratulate them when they succeed. Only having about 130 students in our grade has far from hindered us, but forced us to fill the gaps and grow strong to truly accomplish so much. As your class officer, I thank you for the opportunity to allow myself to pursue things I never thought imaginable. And on behalf of all class officers, thank you for the opportunity to bring this grade together despite the lack of numbers. Now before you leave NRHS behind, just remember that despite whatever happens and whatever struggles you face, there are always people in this crowd somewhere waiting to lift you up. And before I pass it on to the one and only JD, let me say this. Just remember that going a different way home to take the scenic route still takes you home.
Thank you, Kristen. For those who don't know me, my name is Julia DeAngelis, and I have had the pleasure of serving as the class of 2024 treasurer for the past 2 years. In our time at North Reading High School, thanks to the hard work of the class officers and student body, we have been able to collect a substantial amount of funds to use for a final class gift that we believe will benefit the whole community. As we approached the end of the year, the class officers and I dedicated a great deal of thought into where this money could make a difference. We knew we wanted to give something useful to the high school that has supported us through these past 4 years, but we also wanted to give back to the youth of North Reading and the next generation of students. I'm pleased to announce that we were able to do both. For the high school, we have decided to donate customized tents featuring North Reading branding to be used at outdoor events. And for the youth of North Reading, we decided to divide up our leftover funds and donate them to the elementary schools and the middle school for the specific use of extracurriculars and enrichments. We hope this donation will provide new opportunities and experiences for students at all North Reading public schools. We feel that our choices of class gifts exemplify the values of community and support that the class of 2024 has exhibited in our time at North Reading. Thank you all, and I will now pass the mic to the face of Hornet Nation and our beloved secretary, Bella Fisher.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Bella Fisher, and I've been honored to serve as your class secretary for the past 4 years. This evening, as we say goodbye to our high school years, it is of great importance for us to remember who got us here. Let us not forget the dedication, passion, and enthusiasm these individuals have contributed to the class of 2024. They have impacted our lives in numerous ways, making us the people we are today. I would like to begin with expressing our gratitude to our parents and guardians who have been with us throughout this journey. Your loyalty and support has been unmatched. Your kindness, affection, and guidance have been critical to our success. As we move on to this new chapter in our lives, we carry the lessons you've taught us and the love you've given us. We cannot thank you enough. To carry on our thanks, I would like to thank our class advisors, Ms. Gagnon and Ms. Gilbert. You have been with us all year and all, not only helping us plan fundraisers and events, but also giving us advice and being role models. Without our advisors, the class of 2024 would not be as successful as we are. We are thankful that you put so much time and effort into our class, making sure we could have the best year. We see how hard you work, and we greatly appreciate you. Next, I want to extend our appreciation to our coaches and directors. You've taught us to be the best versions of ourselves outside of academics. You have provided us with so many new opportunities and experiences. You have shown us teamwork, dedication, and so many other values that we will take to our futures. Through sports, clubs, and extracurriculars, we have learned countless ways to not only grow as individuals, but also as a group. Thank you for taking the extra time out of your day to coach a practice, run a rehearsal, or lead a club meeting. We appreciate everything you've done, big and small. And to our teachers, we would not be the people we are today without you. You've been there every step of our way through our high school experience, and we cannot express enough thanks. You've challenged us and taught us lessons and given us knowledge. Your commitment to our education is incomparable. Although our freshman year was on a screen, you were still able to teach us lifelong lessons and give us a passion for learning. Thank you for your dedication, devotion, and patience throughout our school years. Lastly, thank you to our administration. From the front office all the way to the central office, each and every one of you has given us so much support and positivity throughout our time in the North Reading school systems. Your actions have gone a long way, and we appreciate you. To Ms. Alonso, thank you for your endless encouragement the past 2 years, and we are excited to see your plans for the future. And to Mr. LaPrette, thank you for demonstrating integrity, kindness, and leadership into our community at North Reading High School. Thank you for all you have done for us. Thank you again to everyone who has helped each and every one of us reach this point in our lives, making us the people we are today. And a special thanks to Hornet Nation. I'm pleased to hand off the microphone to our Vice President, Keely Hannon.
Hello, class of 2024. I'm honored to be here as we recognize the achievements that we have made these past 4 years leading up to today. Let this moment represent our dedication from the past, the excitement of the present, and our success in the future. Let's come together and move our tassels from right to left as a symbol of the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Congratulations, class of 2024. We did it, we built our legacy. Now, let's throw our caps.